Du sommet du pic du diable. C'est une mission dans The Outer World. On est avec le vicaire Max et on doit aller parler à l'informateur. Donc voilà. J'ai utilisé ça.
I can't tell if you're brave or simply touched in the head. What in the galaxy are you doing sniffing around my station? Unless you are, in fact, trying to suicide by Marauder? And you, Nyoka, what are you doing lugging a stranger into my station?
You could use the socialization, you son of a bitch. Also, he hired me.
To what purpose? I happen to have some significant problems I am dealing with right now. Marauders, running out of purple berry wine 3 days ago, not being able to bloody broadcast. No. We'll deal with information-related business later. As I said, there are bigger problems threatening my life and livelihood at this very moment. The Marauders want me dead. And since my hired hands have clearly turned idle, it appears I need you to clear out the threat. As my newest contractor, you may call me the Broker.
Or we can call you Hiram, on account of that's your damn name, and doubly on the account of the Broker being a dumbass alternative.
What? Everyone calls me that. Aside from you. You're here, and you're armed, aren't you? The feed's gone grainy, but it looks like you're packing deadly force. I know Nyoka is, for sure. I barricaded the broadcast center, but I can only hold out for so long. Clear the Marauders out, and I'll pay you double the going rate. They destroy the transmission equipment, and I'll be out of business. The elevator and doors to the second floor are back online. Hurry before I have to lock them down again. Too many, considering I hired a bunch of no-good mercs to keep them out in the first place. Already, they've caused considerable damage to the station's property. If they take down the broadcast equipment, I'll be out of a job, permanently. Aside from the bits I'll be paying you, you said you wanted something from me. Something information-related.
Alors. Donc, l'ascenseur là-bas. On y a accès, je pense, maintenant.
Elevators to your right. Get ready.
Ok.
Here we go.
Il est où? Oh putain, vite. J'aurais peut-être pu prendre une autre arme, mais franchement, je la trouve sympa celle-là.
Do hurry on it.
Never thought I'd be ecstatic at having the walls painted in blood, but seeing as it's not mine, I'd say this calls for a celebration. This ought to square our debt. One hefty payment for a highly valued service rendered. But I admit, I do wonder why Nyoka has brought you to me. Allow me to pose my question in another manner. Why, in the nebula, are you here? Ah yes, our little chat on the intercom. You're looking for the premier broker for all of Monarch, which you knew was me, clearly. Phineas must have sent you. He's the only one insane enough to send someone to Monarch to rush me. I knew it was only a matter of time before he came a-knocking. Look, I might be late, but I fulfill my contract.
Oh, you do you? I have lost track of the number of beers you owe.
You said that in a way that was almost believable.
I take offense to that. It might take... I am awaiting but a single incoming transmission but MSI and the Iconoclasts are clogging the airwaves from Stellar Bay and Amber Heights. In their war against each other, they're scrambling... Exactly what I was thinking. They hurt us all with their pettiness, which of course has inadvertently affected the incoming... My former partner, Sanjar, transmits from his office. Don't let him try to fool you. While his messages might seem like gibberish, they are in reality. I understand why he needs the bandwidth, but we had a deal and he's broadcast... No, they're jamming the limited frequencies we have at our disposal. Nothing extra. The safest bet is to convince You do that, I'll be here, waiting on the receiving end. Luck be with you. I have a feeling you'll be needing a pinch of it, plus a vat of patience. Is that a trick question? Of course, I could offer you a vastly more interesting bit of data instead. Try me. We'll call it an exchange for your help with the broadcast. Ask me what you... There are so many... If you try to cite me on this, I will deny. Do you understand? What I am about to reveal, MSI's ownership of Monarch is technically legal, but it would give MSI too much power on the board. That the chairman is politically motivated to keep Monarch from being re-recognized as a legal part of the colony. And that is all you will get from me regarding... Luckily for you, They are a curious lot. Insufferable. Sanjar is not actually at fault for his past performance reviews, but he can keep hunting for loopholes to get back on the board for the next... Not in his lifetime. For Nebula's sake, even with the loophole I gave him, he's only in charge of MSI because every other exec died. I gave Sanjar and Graham legal information that would allow MSI to own Terra 1, once the other corporations had abandoned the planet. The execs had their concerns, but before the matter could be resolved, pirates raided their homes and... Some say Graham suffers from nightmares that leave him... I would assume it stems from the friends and family he lost. You mean between MSI, the Iconoclasts, and myself? I bet neither of those megalomaniacs told you I was the true mastermind behind Monarch. Back when the colony was still Terra 1 and corporations were abandoning us left and right, I'm the one who approached Sanjar and Graham with the means to our salvation. I offered them a legal way to take control of the planet. If MSI were the only corporation here, they could claim sole ownership. Precisely. The other corporations were fleeing because of the hazard clause declaring Terra 1, but MSI had lagged behind, giving Sanjar and Graham an opportunity. Take over MSI, stay here while the other Precisely. Without me, they never would have done more than play Revolution in hushed whispers over Thus, the bargain was struck. They could run MSI while I would operate Devil's... Competing ideologies. Graham believes Sanjar has become corrupted by the corporate lifestyle, that he is now similar to the original corporate executives And Sanjar has learned the hard way that Graham is quite morally... Luckily for you. Not much. Phineas has been in hiding for the past 35 years. He got in touch with Nyoka. As far as what's between us, I mean. Outside of that, I do know there is a sharper side to the good scientist than you'd expect. If allegations are to be... I am not convinced as to the validity of these allegations, considering the source. But I am also... Phineas has been in hiding for the past... As far as... Not juicy enough for... There is a sharper side to the good side. I am... Phineas... As... I do... There is a... I am... What? No. Why would I go out of my way to intercept messages from Earth? There's no market for it. Now, if you wanted me to intercept a certain one, that might be worth it for the right price. How low you seemingly regard my... Oh, great.
Aw, I'd normally entertain your self-aggrandizing delusions.
Important to you is not the same as important to me. Although I do recognize that you may have earned some goodwill. Whoa, hey, there is zero need for violence. Look, I'll do what I...
Rebecca Hodges and Anders Wadsworth. They took a UDL contract back when Monarch went to shit, and I need to find...
If UDL hired 2 hunters back then, it would have been for creature clearing purposes, round 1 of the... These are the coordinates for the outpost under the last UDL contract. Now... Be a doll and shoot any marauders you spot on the way down.
Yes, you caught me ruminating again. Guilty as... What's occupied? I have run headlong into too many walls in my pursuit of the truth. What about you? And how did he do? Well, you do seem different than every other colonist. Let's... That seems a dangerous proposition. Why risk your life now that it's... Fair enough. I must admit, I'm feeling trepidation about meeting this so-called hermit. I may finally find the answers I've been...
The folks in Amber Heights always manage to find a bottle or two of the good stuff. Being scavengers.
A manta queen.
Yeah. We felled it, mind. But
We lost 2 runners and 5 gun hands.
A stranger comes to our home. If you're looking for a path to walk, you've found one. If you're looking for a teacher, the truth that I have come to learn and embrace since shedding the... Out here, we survive by the sheer strength of our spirit. We have no need for the...
We do seem to burn through endless ammunition and medical tape, though.
Yes, well, such is life. Our descendants will enjoy safety and luxury, but our generation is the foundation on which that future is built. Stop. No. Spreading the truth is the only way to combat the... They can't be everywhere at once. Surely there are radios that still catch our message. Surely...
You are quite assured in the idea that any who hear your message will not immediately change station.
Graham, we should be focusing on survival anyway. Food, ammo, and medicine.
Pivot, huh? If radio isn't working, we might try another way. It seems the captain's timing is more than just serendipitous. It must be fate. I've had my sights on an old printing press for some time. The board uses magazines and advertisements to subtly focus the colony's attention. We will use their tricks against them.
Wait, that's not what I meant.
Help me clear out and repair the press, and I will have no need for that rust bucket of a radio tower. Citizens of Halcyon are glued to their periodicals. They obsess over tossball, and even I find myself occasionally distracted by their positively shameful quality of editing and unacceptable. My literary prowess will hook them, and the eternal truth will So be it. In the meantime... Wonderful. I requisitioned replacement... Speaking of which, where is...
You bought rollers? You haven't even cleared the wraps. Wait, where?
It seems we're out a runner. If you intend to help our cause, I'll ask you to meet our one of our sympathizers. A woman named Carlotta periodically buys goods. Stellar Bay has caught on, but they remain friendly, though the goods know. She meets us in the ruins of Bayside Terrace. From our compound, follow the road north. Wonderful. While you're at it, I wonder if Carlotta still has those high-capacity cartridges? Grab a few. We can use them to copy and modify radio serials. Yes, not just magazines, but...
Unbelievable. I hope I don't have to tell you this, but if there is extra money, would you mind buying... Graham, if you need me, I'll be in triage.
The iconoclasts are loyal folk. Treat them right, they'll do the same. Turn on them, they'll open fire without a second thought.
Excuse me, but this area's off limits. We got a leaky generator. It ain't safe. That's my nice way of telling you to... And I'm just gonna let you walk on in? You get more convincing by the minute.
It's too quiet. Hello? Relax. I've been cooped up in... Who are you? Oh, finally! Sanjar's declared a stop sale to you lot, but even if he hadn't, I'm not risking my neck and...
I don't know how you got those goons to leave. Graham ordered rollers and whatsits, right? For a printing press? Like I said, this is my last run. You'd have to ask him. All I know is that if I... It's an enviable thing he's doing. Free people and all that. I can't live that way. Law help them. I should go. Look, Graham's got a bit of... What do you want to live? Yeah, I've got a few. I'll send them along. Give them all my regards. And good luck out there. Don't go getting eaten.
You look like a preacher. You a traveling vicar?
In a manner of speaking.
Stellar Bay had a vicar once. He took it upon himself to convince Graham's folk to come back to the corporate fold. Kept making the trip between the city and Amber Heights by foot. Kept getting himself into all sorts of scrapes. Day came when I found a book of his in the middle of a rapt encampment. And still gripping.
I'm telling you, the Van Noys are...
Bullshit, Graham. They don't just abandon orders, and they weren't at the ruins. Where in this sulfur-sodden...
They're on a very important... Ah, we'll continue. Welcome back, Captain.
Damn it. I was hoping you'd have more sense than our venerable leader here. I get the message is important, but so's eating. Carlotta usually schedules the next drop during the meeting. When's she coming?
This cuts off one of our only 2 supply lines on Monarch. Sanjar, old friend.
About to. That idiot just declared war.
We will deal with his subversion later. For now...
The print... Oh no.
I've already sent a team ahead to scout the press. One of our best. Meet them there and find out if they've been successful.
You sent the Van Noys there, didn't you? Oh, for fuck's sake, Graham! We needed them in the ruins! Our people...
They went willing to fight for our cause. We need reinforcements. We need new recruits. The Van Noys saw the printing facility with the same importance as I.
The hell's the sense in recruiting if you're just gonna get them killed?
Yes! You're damn right he could have. But he's so obsessed with preaching that he's... Look, just... If the Van Noys are still alive, get them out of there. With Sanjar pressing the issue...
Who wants to play an impromptu?
Good old Stilly Bay. Only place on the planet that don't stink of sulfur. You kind of would stink of fish instead.
Not to breathe through your nose.
hit!
Sora could see me now!
What, you want to tangle?
Well done. We're still alive.
did it. Guess I was wrong.
That was a hell of a soiree.
Tell that to the wounded. Their blood's flowing all right.
Hey, we're still alive, ain't we?
The truth, yeah. And a healthy amount.
Would that we could. We ain't leaving our men behind. Our medic has got our trauma kit, but we got separated. We ain't seen him in a couple. That was a...
Tell that to the...
Hey.
I'll take your confession now! Our survival.
Nyoka, you're a...
I bet. You really come...
Yeah. Don't suppose y'all are busy right now.
It ain't worth it. We ought to pull out.
What my well-meaning idiot of a brother intends to... Would that we could. We ain't leaving our men behind. Our medic has got our trauma kit, but we got... Oh, fuck. Well, that's better than nothing.
Why, that's borderline offensive, Ms. Ramnareem Wentworth. Of course I believe. The tithes are merely a well-earned bonus.
If you'll just listen...
No! No more listening. No more preaching. We are losing people left and right. We need to act.
Enough, Zora. I'm not putting the torch to innocent people. Do you want to bring the board's cruisers and gunships down on us? They are armed all the same. All they need is a good... Excellent.
Did you find the Vanois? Thank the Eternal.
We're one step closer to bringing the truth to every man, woman, and child in Halcyon. From the pits of our eternal... I have much to do, articles to write, sermons to ponder. We live in such an exciting time.
Sermons? For the love...
No one saw me trip over.
Could I get another advance, Mr. Nandi?
Just make sure it's properly logged. Well, new business. Celia, didn't I tell you our new statistics-based advertising?
That you did.
How can yield improvements of 26.7% not quicken the pulse? How can 30...
You've often posed these very questions.
Clear? Did you hear that power play, Celia? I only hope you don't judge me by my handshake. Now, what business... What a charming notion. One doesn't meet many free spirits enough. Forgive me, I'd be positively enraptured. Now, there's no need to humor me. I'm you. I had hoped that livening up our advertisements with enticing figures... Surviving alone isn't as easy. Thanks to the so-called hazard clause, Monarch has been cut off.
So-called is right. We've got our hazards, but we're still here, damn it. The board took off without so much as a...
Something to be said for perseverance.
Now, we've kept ourselves in business by trading with individual corporations, but given the... off the... Yes, freedom is a tempting idea.
Exactly. Intellectualism fuels the train to mankind's future. But the tracks the train runs...
I don't know what intellectualism means, but if someone's willing to build us a few practical things around here...
Yes, it's as though the good vicar has...
Indeed. Mr. Nandi here has a rather
on our terms.
A lot of good that'll do. They'll just find another reason to turn tail in a
Not if we secure the proper
And if our advertising scheme hasn't borne fruit, then perhaps it's...
It's a two-pronged approach. The first part involves seeing Stellar Bay proper...
And a Mantisaur problem.
Many, many problems, but they can all be solved. If you can get us what we need to rejoin the board, starting the Bolt 52, we'll be able to become one of the most productive...
And you'll have a powerful ally on the board.
Why, one of the strongest defenses in... I'll need to gather some supplemental material.
You do tend to do...
The Bolt 52 will be in the old arms building southwest of town. And these days, it's so... Do be careful. I've lost more than a few people to... Oh, and while you're at it, there should be a terminal in the arms building with some... dangerous information. What can I do for you? You're just as rigid as the old executive committee. Why, we've...
When Graham finally shut up.
Praise the architect for...
It isn't easy keeping a town like Stellar Bay afloat, especially without the board's backing. Indeed. That's why it's imperative that MS... And the first step is getting...
on your hatch, kid. This ride is about to get up.
You'll get used to it.
Don't mess with us!
Hello? Hello? I hear boots out there. Wait. Oh, thank the Eternal. I'm Huxley. My friends and I were scavenging here, and a Meta Queen. I ran in here, and now the door's locked. Little help? Phew. My buddy had a key, but I ain't heard him in a while. So look for a dead guy, I guess. Or... Oh!
Ah, phew. Thank you so much. It was getting all stuffy in there, and now I'm out here. And I'm
Still landing yourself in trouble.
Oh, hi, Nyoka. You mind giving me an escort back? got nothing on me. Afraid not. Gotta pack light if I'm gonna run away from Mon. Thanks a lot, mister.
Voilà, j'ai modifié le casque et l'armure. Il est bien comme ça. On va regarder dans l'inventaire encore ce qu'on a. Parce que là j'ai beaucoup de trucs. Voilà, on va continuer. On va aller voir ce ranger.
Hey, Max. What does your religion say happens to us after we die?
The body.
If I hear you say survival of the fittest one more time, I'm gonna lose you. Survival's about persistence and luck.
So weapon proficiency.
Be careful with your new friend. Anyway, what? Oh, yes. I'm going to be up all night with this. Oh,
Try to control yourself.
have you any idea how powerful this is? What a question! Bureaucratic micromanagement is the only way anything gets done in Halcyon, and proper documentation is a key part of that. For our part, a bill of liquidation/transfer Form 52 will protect our holdings on Monarch by temporarily assigning them to a pass-through entity once we drop our bomb on the board. Sort of. Really, we're just going to black...
But really, whatever gets you excited about the idea.
Help us with this final matter, and we won't need to broadcast anymore. I have reason to believe that one...
Those bastards. Leave us to our perils, then come back just to...
If we can find proof, I can use that as leverage to encourage certain powers that be. If someone is operating here, then Catherine's almost certainly supplying them out of Fallbrook. That's part of the problem. She has certain ambitions for Stellar Bay, and I fear my asking her would give her the leverage she's been looking for.
Don't get yourself worked up, sir. It's perfectly natural to have a healthy fear of her.
We really don't need to discuss this now, Celia. Once you, subtly work out where this corporate facility might be, bring back proof of its operation. Maybe some... I knew you were the right... You weren't supposed to look. I asked you to delete... I didn't mean for any harm. This has been my albatross. I give MSI everything. My work, my youth. One of the executives... I thought volunteering to donate might have... Apparently not. Yeah, in charge of a scrap heap of a city. Abandoned by the board. I hadn't thought of it that way. Thank you for that. Then it's good that I keep such meticulous... I've asked myself the same thing many times, especially seeing as the legal mechanisms we employed were part of the board's own bylaws. Not intentionally, though that for many years this planet was home to as many corporations as Terra 2. But back... Really? I always thought they were refreshingly straightforward names. After all, the whole point of terraforming was...
Here, though, the results were...
That ain't fair. They didn't leave on account of the hazards. They left on account of their cowardice. The hazards just gave them a reason.
Sharp as ever, Nyoka. And as the other corporations began to tally their losses... Our leadership at the time certainly wanted to.
And how did that work out?
Most regard Monarch as a lost cause. But there were others of us who saw an opportunity. The chance to improve working hours and conditions, to reform MSI from the ground up. Ah, so you've heard about our pride. It was a lapse in... Graham seemed like a reasonable man years ago. And we both agreed that MSI's treatment... I thought reforms would be enough. I didn't realize you wanted to abolish... Reforms are humane, but they're also good business sense. Exhausted, sick, and malnourished workers are not productive workers. Anyway, we learned of a loophole in the corporate bylaws that would allow MSI to claim ownership of the entire plant, creating the perfect environment for us to enact these new reforms. No, they laughed in our faces and insisted. Yes, some of us stayed behind, and as the most senior executive remaining, I moved forward with our planned reforms, as well as our strategy to assume. Yet not long after I renamed it Monarch, the other corporations dislodged us from the board and began an official campaign to paint us as lawless savages. But we weren't. Everything we did was legal and above board. We followed their... I do think there's something useful in a governing body like the board. Something that keeps us from anarchy, but I dearly... Why wouldn't anyone? They own nearly all the resources.
Without the board, chaos would overtake the system. Working within the established order isn't a principle.
Yeah, that'd go a long way toward rebuilding our home.
To be on the board is to be part of the colonial community, and being caught up. I'm not a man to put pride before progress. If membership on the board can ease our hardships and provide us with opportunities, then that's... Besides, I'm hopeful that additional leverage on our part will allow us a more... I've discovered it's much easier to negotiate from a position of power. And I don't... My hope is to maintain the reforms we've managed here, and who knows? Perhaps once we're restored...
It's straight bullshit is what it is. A fabrication rich folks use to preserve their...
Nyoka has the right of it. It's a legal provision that gives the board the authority to cordon off any planet or location.
A necessary evil for the...
That's exactly how the... Yes, making all of MSI criminals in the board's eyes. Well, technically, he may have suggested it, but... Technically, he does. Until we're back on the board, I need to run those advertisements. If there's no business on Monarch, then we all... What can I do for you?
I don't mean to judge, but are you ever sober, Ms. Remnarim Wentworth?
I got a job to do, and even that ain't guaranteed.
This is the simple truth. We are all molecular machines.
Thank you again for retrieving the bolt. It's every bit as complex as... Anyway? Excellent timing on your part. I worked my fingers to nubs, but I finally completed the Bolt 52 form.
You're getting ahead of...
So I am. I knew there was something going on. This is exactly the... I'll transmit this data along with the completed Bolt 52 right away. After that, we'll sit back and quietly...
That means no more broadcasts from us.
Do you hear that? It's the blessed sound of radio silence, which leads me to believe you. Yes, indeed. But before we get down to it...
Does it matter?
Is that so? I don't know how. The two are diametrically opposed and impossible to please. But it matters not how you fix my problem. I don't doubt that you are working with Phineas, but my contract specifies I relay any acquired information. However, to send the data, I will need your assistance in cycling the antenna's receiver so I can input. It's simple, truly. I merely need you to waltz outside and throw the lever to cycle the power. Terrific. I'll be here, waiting with bated breath. Give a shout if the panel...
Testing 1, 2, check, check. Sweet stars. But that is a beautiful sound. Oh, and I also dispatched Phineas his data. Impatient prick. Now I'll kindly thank you to get... Look, I am well aware that at times I may have the tiniest iota of a prickly... As Nyoka can attest, I do not form attachment.
Why, he told us to leave without flinging insults at our persons.
What in the... Captain!
Black holes! Did you see that? Looks like a UDL ship. Based on the gunnery attachments, I'd guess it's one of the board's blockade enforcers, but... Oh well, a pity for the crew. But I can't see how... Hiram? Architect saved me from swindlers and fools. Sanjar, what are you bloody doing on my channel? Yes, but... Ah, the good captain. The truth brings us together once more. Our salvation has come crashing... Are you mad? That's a UDL gunship. You'd I see you learned nothing while dealing with these buffoons. We could use the gunship's armaments to defend Stellar Bay. Our message is so close to breaking free of this planet and spreading to the stars. Help us secure that Listen, I don't care a single whit what you do. Which means, get off my void damn channel!
Bon, on va aller voir ce module de ciblage. On a vraiment beaucoup avancé, mais putain, c'est quoi ça? C'est pas... On va récupérer tout ce qu'on peut récupérer. Hein.
That's the last of them.
Bon, allez. Ça va, c'était cool. C'est quoi ce endroit? Oh non! Oh là là, c'est quoi? Pas de l'eau quelque part là.
Easy does it.
Je prends feu.
Now that was a hunt. Captain, you sure know how to set a woman's heart to beating, that's for
sure. We were destined to prevail.
Ah, c'est le vaisseau qui s'est écrasé. Punaise. Trop bien. Trop bien.
I'll stay.
Clé du capitaine de la navette d'assaut. Terminal principal activé, commande de la passerelle, les paramètres opérationnels, on va continuer. Consulter les rapports, journal du capitaine. L'ingé m'a parlé d'une histoire de nouveaux déviateurs, de régulation ou je sais pas quoi, Shiskushu. Je vais mettre le cap sur le précurseur pour pousser la manette des gaz à fond et prendre ma retraite. Je préfère risquer la prison plutôt que tomber en rade et dériver dans l'espace. J'espère que ce vieux coucou tiendra bon le temps d'un dernier voyage. Mais pourquoi c'est si difficile de réquisitionner des pièces de rechange dans cette fichue colonie abandonnée par la loi? Mon ingénieur en chef me harcèle pour que je commande un autre machin à la con et la compagnie m'ignore royalement. Une fois de plus, on a dû regarder un vaisseau se poser tranquillement sur terrain 1 sans pouvoir le descendre. Ça en fait combien maintenant? J'ai perdu le compte. À quoi ça sert de rester en poste ici si on peut pas recevoir de renfort?
Show that our captain is a total fucking hullhead. I told him again and again that without setting up the engines are going to run through our coils and we'll go flying off in a completely reversed direction. Well, here we are. Thinking we'll hit soil in about 30 seconds. This is your chief engineer signing off for what is probably the last time. This middle finger I'm holding up because I'm doing it as hard.
Qu'est-ce qu'on va trouver là-dedans? Oh. Récupérer le module de ciblage de la navette d'assaut. Et là, on a Graham ou Sanjar. Je vais aller plutôt voir Graham. Alors. Il y a encore des ennemis. Bon. On va aller voir Graham. J'espère que c'est une bonne idée. On verra bien le résultat. Quoi? Ah, c'est là.
Sometimes violence is the only way. Captain!
Vite, on va essayer de prendre une autre arme.
Iconoclast! Gotta get down!
Oh punaise.
I'm just saying, if we did need to dispose of a body, this would be... Is it true that mantiqueens devour their mates after copulation?
If the iconoclasts reach that ship first, I don't... Excellent! At last, we have what we need.
It looks like the iconoclasts followed you.
I'm afraid we've got to fight them. It looks like this means... Wait, you can't just leave us to face them alone!
It actually would be very imprudent. We don't have much in the way of resistance. So they will definitely get that module, and once they do...
You do mean that, don't you?
Sir?
Right. I'll lock the south gate to keep them out.
They can't attack now. They can't attack now. We haven't...
Velma
Pas un distributeur ici. Ah, c'était là. Ça va être chaud pour trouver ce que je veux. Je sais pas comment je vais faire, sérieux. Déjà je vais remplacer ça par ça. 252. Bon, on verra. Donc je vais mettre ici.
Fine hit, Captain! Down they go!
I love a good fight.
Il faut récupérer les munitions. C'est une tuerie.
Heard something. That's the last of them.
Oh putain, on va regarder si je peux... Voilà, oui. Ah non, putain. Oh là là. Bon, j'ai recommencé les combats. Je me suis bien débrouillé pour que tout se passe comme il faut. Je vais sauvegarder. Et on va continuer là où je suis mort juste avant. Voilà, le problème il va être réglé avec eux.
Hein?
I'll make my way there.
Non! Oh, c'est chaud là. C'est chaud. Je sais pas pourquoi c'est aussi chaud. Je vais peut-être pas assez de dégâts là, je sais pas. Je vais prendre ça.
I'll take your confession now.
Sauvegarder. Je vais encore sauvegarder. Attends.
Here's a little trick I learned in prison.
C'est ça, c'est un
Fight
truc
against
de
the
fou.
war.
Je vais faire le truc dans mon inventaire. Voilà pour ça. Aller voir son genre. Je suis où là exactement? Allez, c'est parti. Bon voilà. On a mené la guerre à bien et on s'en est très bien sorti. Même si j'ai dû recommencer par moments, ça s'est très bien passé, je suis content. On avance bien dans l'histoire.
You're back! And in one piece. Does this mean...
We did indeed.
I can't believe it! Not that I'm really surprised, but... well, maybe a little. You... Oh... Between our reinstatement on the board and the gain of this ship, we'll usher in a new age of prosperity for the people of Monarch.
That's a hefty promise. You've got Monarch's hopes up, Sanjar. Don't go messing this up like our last overlords did.
And perhaps in time, I can use my position on the board to turn... You really mean that? Celia? Put that down into...
Already done, sir.
Anyhow, thank you. And good luck to you.
Aimez-moi, vénérez-moi, vous avez atteint une réputation positive de 75%. Du coup, on va regarder l'inventaire, on va faire ça. Ok. Bon les amis, on va dire que c'est la fin de ce gros extrait sur The Outer World. J'espère qu'il vous aura plu, il y en aura d'autres. Je continuerai l'aventure, si bien le jeu me passionne énormément, il est très intéressant, il est bien développé, il y a beaucoup de dialogues, beaucoup de choses intrigantes. C'est une belle histoire franchement, et puis j'aime bien les sensations au final, même si les graphismes, moi je les trouve quand même assez bien réalisés. Les sensations aux armes sont très bonnes aussi. J'ai pas beaucoup parlé, je me suis concentré sur les dialogues, tout ça, donc voilà, on continuera l'aventure sur la chaîne, et voilà, vous pourrez regarder à l'occasion les petits extraits ou les gros extraits sur ma chaîne YouTube.